As you can see, for the last 4 months, June, July, August, and September, we have had a decrease of night stays. Even though in August we had an increase of arrivals, these people are staying less nights than they usually stay in Belize. And this is a very worrying point for all of us. If the tourists have declined in coming to Belize, not only have they declined, why are they staying less in the country of Belize? That is something that we have to figure out. And here, we can see that the demographics that is being affected, or the demographics of the tourists that are less coming to Belize, are the Europeans. As you can see, the North Americans, the Americans at 1.6 increase. The Mexicans, we had a 8.7, but Europeans, we had a negative 0.1%. As you know, where does the Europeans come from? They normally come through the western border. They come through Guatemala into Belize. They come for 14 days into Guatemala. They stay 10. They stay 2 in Belize and 2 into Mexico. And so this is why it is important for us to look at all the avenues. How are the tourists coming to Belize? And what do we need to do in order to help them? And in this chart, you will see which are the regions in the country of Belize being affected. And if you looked at the statistics before, Kikakar was the most dynamic destination of the country of Belize for 2018. As a matter of fact, it was the most dynamic for 2019 for the first half of the year. But we've seen the biggest loss at negative 6.8. Why? Because this is the favorite space of the Europeans. They love Kikakar. And if we do close the borders for the Europeans, that is the area that they will most see the loss, is the Kikakar section. The Europeans, they love culture. So they come to Guatemala because of the culture. It's a country rich in culture. But they love to end their vacations at the sea. And that's the reason they end up coming to Belize, because of our beautiful barrier reef, because of the beautiful beaches that we have. And so it's an extension to what they have seen, 10 days in Guatemala, 2 days in Belize, exiting through the border of Chetumal, going to Playa del Carmen, and flying out back to Europe, because we do not have that European connection. So that is the reason why we have partnered with them. We do not have a European flight to Belize. We need that legs that come from Europe, Iberia, every single day to Guatemala, end up coming into Belize, going to Mexico, and exiting out.
Do you think we'll be able to somewhat reverse this trend of a reduced number of European arrivals?
See, the product, or the people that sell the product, at this moment they're looking for the quality in terms of the buses. Unless we can provide them those, and they have requested pictures, they have requested descriptions. I do see, and I spoke to another operator that called me yesterday, stating that he is willing to buy as well some buses to provide it. These are established DMCs. It's not just the buses. They're asking for the service. Yes, they're asking, I deal with French tourists. Do you have a French guy that can go with my group? No, we don't. Do you have an Italian guy that can do? No, we don't. So they're asking not only for the buses. We told them that in this moment, we're working on the infrastructure in the buses. That's the number one item on the list. The rest, the guides and the rest of the items, we will be working along with them.